You should have told me, dude. I would have given you one of my very
I almost
tasty
asked you.
Beyond meat
I was like,
sausages.
Chipper has an extra Beyond burger. Also, I'll eat the Beyond sausage, but I looked over. I was like, oh, they're eating them. I was like, I won't bother.
Cerny, you should have told me. I would have totally let you have my sausage.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
And I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
Well, Cerny, I feel like for the first time this year, 2021, I feel like I got a good tan going.
You know what? Yes.
A good,
a good base tan.
Solid coat down.
Yeah.
From breaking it in at the Cerny pool party.
The Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Now,
where some fireworks
Memorial Day
emerged.
I know. I got yelled at. Sorry. Jeffrey tried to bring out one of the big fireworks.
Ooh,
it was shot down upon it. It was dead on arrival.
Yeah, that's tough.
I said, don't pass that to the warden. You gotta go to the source first.
Yeah, you don't. That's
You
something.
gotta go to the flame. Go straight to the flame.
That's one of those ask for forgiveness rather than the permission situations.
Yeah. Or just say, I don't know where that came from. Oh, I don't know. That's fucking neighbors. Who knows?
Oh,
teenagers.
Charlie asked for it before she left. Well, Cerny, I will say, the pool was in immaculate condition. I was
like sweating it all. I was like scrubbing.
Yeah, toothbrush down there, like scrubbing the tiles.
I had like the bristles. I was scrubbing everything. I was like, well, I think I see a little bit. Scrubbing it and testing it. The waters, like adding like this and that.
And
banning kids for swimming.
All the hard work. And I don't remember any compliments being paid about the water clarity or the perfect pH in it. Was not too alkaline, not too acidic. It was just, there was not any comment. It just simply was enjoyed.
Oh, why, thank you. Now, day after, look out.
Yeah, there was that thing looking a little like a murky.
Oh,
like a bayou.
The swamp thing was going to emerge. Actually, as we're doing the cast, I'm sitting in my swim shorts because I got a scuba, like a snorkel mask on, and was like going down with the hose inside. There was like so much bark, and so on top of that, it was 100 degrees. So then the second day, 100 degrees, there were so many bugs that like falling into because they're like thirsty or whatever it is. Like it was.
Oh, the filter was just like carnage.
And it was all over. It was like a coating on the top of like a bunch of ants or something. I was like, holy shit.
And so I wonder if they get like stuck because all the sunscreen and stuff on the top. And they're just, it's like a bug. No-go zone. Seems like
I got it all up.
You got it? You got it all cleaned up?
Yeah, I got it all up with the hose because I took the sweep off because it just wasn't cutting it at the moment because there was so much. So I took it off, was hosing it off and sucking it all up. And
sometimes when you got the big jobs like that, you just got to take the detail work tools off and you just got to go straight hose that thing.
Straight hose because it was like there was piles. You don't really get it was hard to see, but like once I like dove down there with the mask, I was like, oh my God. It is because but I got it all out.
There was a couple 2-year-olds, particularly mine, who, I mean, you know how it's like, okay, if you can move something from place A to place B and it can change colors or make it muddy or change something, that he's all about that. So he's like, sand, water. Let me just go start throwing handfuls of sand in Cerny's pool. And we're like, whoa, but hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let's pump the brakes.
I saw it. I was like, oh, it's okay. I have to sleep.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. I sucked it up right away. You know, like I told Robbie, because I think my mom came and she's like, your pool's all bad. I said, that's what it's there for. I said, it takes me a day to actually like clean it all up and then it'll be fine again.
Yeah.
That's why I got after it early this year Remember, it was still like March, and I was like getting after it because I already know it was,
it was going to be hit hard this year.
Yeah. So it's not a big deal, but it's just like, I think that's what you have. It's not a big deal. You just sleep it up and clean it up, and then
that's a great sort of outlook on it. And I wonder if that's a generational thing, because remember at my house when you would come over, Cerny, in our Misspent Youth, let's just say we're 16. Cerny comes over. We're gonna play baseball in the back or whatever the situation. Just fuck around, right? Probably go chew, take a dip in the back. And if there was
Red Seal,
some Red Seal natural or whatever. Let's say my mom made brownies, which was great. She wouldn't make brownies when my friends would come over.
She would, but consuming those brownies inside the walls of the house was a precarious situation. There was a lot of rules and regulations set up about where things could happen. And roll out the tarp.
There had to be napkins. You had to be out over. You couldn't be sitting back, relaxing, enjoying.
No,
you had to be.
Right.
You had to actually lean forward. So your body, you sort of had to what angle would this be, Cerny? Like at a. Not a 45, but maybe like a 55 or a 60-degree angle.
Yeah.
If you took if your hips were the hinge point, you would have to be at a 60-degree angle.
Like almost like into a trough that would catch all the crummies. No,
yes.
The crummies.
And there was crumbs. And so it's a very similar thing like that. So I remember thinking when I was a kid, what's the point of having this furniture if you can't live your life on it?
Yeah, I know.
And so I've taken that question and I've grown up with it. And here I am. We're in our mid-30s, Cerny. Jesus.
Oh, man.
We're there. And I apply it to my house we have a sofa. The kids, you want to take all the cushions off and just jump from the sofa into the cushions? Let's do it. What's the point of having the sofa?
Fort? I've built so many forts.
Forts. You want to eat on the couch? I'm probably swung so far the other way that I'm picking the cushion.
Don't worry. We eat on the couch too sometimes. Where it's really hot.
Oh,
I don't want to sit at the table. There's some good, we'll watch a movie, whatever,
Citizen
family
Kane
movie. We'll eat dinner right here on the couch. Fuck it.
Citizen Kane?
No, it's not
on the list. Okay.
I am not doing that. That's the one.
I will. It swears. It seems like the kids, though, take a bag of Cheetos, like a fun-sized bag of Cheetos, crumple them up, part the C of the couch cushion like Moses, pull it open and just dump a line of Cheetos. I'm like, how do so many crumbs get into...
Oh, I don't know. You know what Jeffrey was doing today that you said that? So we went to the store on Monday. So we couldn't go to Costco because it was closed.
Right. That is one of the days they refused to open.
Well, it's pretty funny, right? So, because my wife's like, I'm going to go to Costco. I said, I'm going to go with you, but Costco's closed. She's like, are you sure?
Oh, okay.
I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I think I know. This
Are you sure? You've been going to Costco's multiple times a week for 15 years.
Fucking years.
I think you probably
since I was 18.
You got a good grip on the schedule.
Since Chip and Cern show V1.
Yeah.
And so
never to be found.
So we actually have a Sam's Club membership too. We have 2.
Oh.
So if you spend enough money each, it pays for itself. So it's it doesn't really cost us anything. So at Sam's Club, sometimes you can get the fun stuff. So there was a whole box of cotton candy. You haven't?
I mean, as an adult, I don't think. Where is there one in the Bay Area? Walmart's not a big thing over here in the Bay Area.
No, it's not. So I'm trying to think about your area. I don't think you have one. I think Concord might be the closest one.
That's I think it might be closer to just drive to your house.
Yeah. Easier to get in and out.
7 bridges to get over there. No thanks. But they got big old.
They have a big old box of those jars of cotton candy, like the big tubs.
Wow. They're not indexing heavy on the organics like Costco.
No, that's why you get the fun stuff there. It's so I saw it and I was like, oh, well, so I got it. I don't love it, but I know that's if you ever want to know Jeffrey's weakness,
cotton candy.
That is his weakness.
Literally spun sugar.
Yeah, because it melts. It's whatever it is. It's always been his weakness. Every time we go to Disneyland, he'll because so my wife likes to limit the amount of treats. okay, well,
Yeah.
we can only get like 1 or 2 a day. Come on now. So he'll be like, okay, so today, like he'll be like, I'm gonna get a churro, and I'm like, all right, you can get a churro. You get it wherever you want. And as soon as we walk in, he's like, I changed my mind. I want cotton candy. It was every single day he would do that. Okay, today actually I'm going to get the churro. I'm like, okay. And we'd go in. He's like, okay, never mind. I want the blue one today. The blue cotton candy.
Wait. Sam's Club in their food court sells cotton candy?
No. I was just Disneyland. Sorry, I meant Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
Like that was like his thing. Like, Disneyland every year he would do that. Like
but the churros are nice.
I'm only gonna get.
They have like chocolate dip. They have Oreo.
Oh yeah,
covered.
I tried to sell it. Like, you can get chocolate, caramel. He's like, okay, I think I'm gonna try it. And then we'd go and be like, never mind.
He's just a sucker.
That's his thing. That's his thing. It's cotton candy.
Okay.
So I saw it. I was like, oh, the box at Sam's Club. I was like, oh, so I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was jazzed. I made him and Zach split it up.
Nice.
So they split it up. So then today he was like on the couch, like he was drinking a Sprite, and then he was like, look at this, and he was like dropping into the because it could melt into the cotton candy. Somehow it had gotten all over his fucking stomach, and he was trying to like do like belly button shots off himself because he had like spilled on himself. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Oh my word.
He's like, I spilled. I was like, do you need a paper towel? Hold on a second. He's like trying to like drink off. He's like, yeah, I can't reach this spot. I said, yeah, hopefully.
Maybe a spoon. Spoon, you could have like got it off. Sometimes with that stuff, I just don't. And like the kids are so grimy all the time. Well, when 2-year-old, like everything they touch is just like they hand you your phone. You're like, oh, thanks. I got to like deep clean this.
Yeah.
Thing.
Jeffrey has his own little touch screen tablet or touch screen like laptop tablet thing.
Okay.
You can be both. And he's like, yeah, look at this. He like shows it to me, and I'm like, I can't even like look at his screen because it's like almost like you can't even see through it. It's like a frost over it. I'm like, oh my god, how do you do this?
Like those baller showers when you shut the door, instant frost.
yeah, that's what it's like looking at his screen. All the boogers and nasty shit that's on his screen.
Yeah, that was something actually when we arrived or were on the way to your house from the back. Sonny, the 2-year-old, Mama sticks his hand up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, what's that?" Because he's always trying to give stuff. He just was passing a booger up to Mom from the back seat. I'm like, "Oh, that's
generous. That's generous."
I said, "Hey, you thought living with me was bad? Look at this fucking kid."
Yeah,
he's making me look like a saint. He's making me look like,
especially when he knows it's gross.
Oh,
it's double down.
The second he figures farting out, it's over.
Game over.
It's
Game
over.
over.
And it's probably gonna be like some sort of arms race at our house. I don't know, or we will have to do like a Cold War situation where we like a ceasefire maybe, because it's gonna get too bad. I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's. I remember. I mean, my parents always getting on me for farting all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember my dad telling me, "I don't want to smell your ass. Come on." But then he would do it with impunity. Like, it's my house. I can do whatever I want. Like, oh, okay.
Pay for the mortgage. I'll fart wherever I please.
Wherever I want. Like,
wherever I please. Well, Cerny, I will say you had the party on a Sunday, which was great because Monday being Memorial Day, the holiday, you got a nice, in theory, maybe you could sleep in a little bit for yourself. You could nurse off a couple if you had a few too many wobbly pops or anything like that. Well, so I appreciated
I cut myself pretty clean, but I did sleep in until about 8.
Nice. It's pretty good.
And it's nice when the kids get a little older. You'll get like like Jeffrey slept until about 8. And then I can hear like him running around the bed. My wife was up at like 7. Like she went out and cleaned the yard and stuff.
Oh, wow!
That's
nice.
It wasn't too bad. It was little things here and there. Yeah, just the party stuff you got to clean up.
Yeah. You got the extra table. You got to fold the tables up. You got to put the chairs back.
Yeah, everything's like in the piles and stuff. Plus, there's other kids running around. They're kids.
Did you I feel like something's always getting left. Anybody?
Oh yeah, there's a few things that got left. A shirt was left. Jeffrey. So this is.
Did Joe lose his top?
Now I don't know. So it was a white T-shirt.
Oh, Right.
And Jeffrey said, "This isn't ours." I said, "How do you know?" He's like, "Because I smelt it. It doesn't smell like us." That was his.
That's his analysis. It's like
okay.
Coyote Peterson taught him well, I think.
And I said, "Was it Joe's?" I said, "Well, that's my first thing." He's like, "No, he had the beer shirt. Remember?" And I said, "Oh yeah, he did have the beer shirt, and it's a medium." That's what he told me.
Oh, he said it was a medium too?
And it's a medium. I said, "Okay."
What does that mean?
Well, now we're narrowing it down. I said, "It's probably James." He's like, James does leave stuff here all the time. So that's who I guess. I said, "Okay, good."
Principles of detection tell me. It sounds like he got it sorted out for himself.
I said, "All right."
Now, Cerny,
and then there's like Thomas texted me. He left his pool noodle. I said, "Do you want it back, or do you want? I'll give Venmo like $5 if you want a pool noodle. I'm not going to charge that to you. Fuck it."
Please tell me he didn't go. Yeah, Venmo me.
No, okay. It was non-replied.
Yeah, good. He I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And hey, granted, we've been friends a long time, and when we were 15 years ago, there was a little bit more ball busting, and but we're all grown. I feel like this was the most mature party that we had. I went up.
There's still some ball busting. Don't worry.
Oh, totally. The gloves do come off still, but I mean, I remember our necks from all the chicken fights and jumping and cannonballs and throwing people and all sorts of stuff. And just like the meme that we were sending you, that I sent you the last week or something about, what was
something I learned in my 30s that I didn't know in my 20s.
Yeah. It's like being not hungover is better than being drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably because the hangover, as I was telling you before, it was after I want to say 28. It's just the hangover lasts days.
Yeah.
And now if I got hungover, I would last me till Wednesday, and I would be not even caught up on sleep that I'm still owed from the weekend. It would be rough. It would fuck up my week. It would fuck up my whole week. One day.
But back in the day, you just go out and drink the most beers you've ever drank in your life up until that day. Then you go and you go get yourself a fucking Denny's Grand Slam, a couple sunny side eggs on the side, and then the next morning
wash it down with more beers that you
get another beer, get a couple champagne of beers for yourself, and then have have some sort of other breakfast, and you're good to go. You're ready to continue drinking on.
The many parties that we've had, remember we would at Dana's house, where we had Jello shots and beer. We drank a whole keg and then another keg, a pony keg and Jello shots.
Raiding his parents' fridge.
Walking down the street in your underwear.
Yeah, that.
I think I woke
take
up.
The keg back home though.
I woke up in your house and I was like, "How the hell am I?" I had no idea where I was.
What house? Not my actual house.
Oh, Raz.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen's house.
Mama Raz.
Yeah. I was like, Cerny, there's no way we would have done that.
Oh my god! Woke up, was on those. I don't even know where I was at. I think I was on the fucking
couch
floor. I was I don't know. I probably just fell asleep on the floor. But then you would eat something and have something, and then you'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'm good." By noon, you were good.
You either go and get some Taco Bell, or you get a nice rice bowl for yourself, a little teriyaki to go, because the sodium and all the MSG. And the sauce and the tofu and all the noodles that they do, a noodle bowl would just crush your hangover, just destroy it, and you're ready to go. You drive back across the parking lot to Diamond Plate, just run it again. We got a picture. Let me text Joe.
Run it back. Just run it back.
Yep.
And now it's after I think 28, you would try the remedy this always works, and then you eat it I still feel like death. What the fuck?
The old standby let me down.
And then you try to rationalize must have been the extra whiskey or something.
I shouldn't have had that shot at the end.
And then actually you kind of realize after a while, probably when you hit 30, I'm just old and it sucks. And then you start thinking of oh, what club you going to on your birthday? And I remember thinking that sounds like the worst thing. I don't want to fucking go to oh, now I'm old. Sucks. Fuck.
Oh yeah, what bar or who was it that was it Dana or something was oh yeah, I was up till midnight. I'm like, how can you even stay up that late? I'm so tired.
10 o'clock. I'm I'm done. I'm done. Fuck it.
10 o'clock. I'm nodding off on the couch I
did that
yesterday. Fit of narcolepsy.
I did it yesterday. It was 8 8:30, and I was like,
well, Cerny, you somehow can go like that with the nap.
oh yeah. As soon as always drives my wife nuts because if I stop moving, then I can go to sleep within minutes. It's like if I lay my head down on the pillow.
Oh yeah,
and I'm done moving. It's within 2 minutes I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses her off. She's like, "How can you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know."
You know what? I found a new trick to fall asleep even faster. I've been targeted on Instagram. Now everyone listening to this is probably going to get the same exact ad. But these they're like special eye masks. They have 2 little pads, so they're fully blackout eye masks. Because the regular eye mask is just like 1 sheet of fabric. This one is actually 2. Think of them as like 2 goggles, like oversized goggles, but they're like pillows. So they completely. It's a blackout mask, and I put that thing on. Good night, sweetie. In 2 seconds, gone.
Okay, so now I have to ask you because I always be called a weirdo. So in the summertime, I sleep on top of the bed, no blankets, nothing.
Well, it's almost getting there because last night was a hot one too, and now it's going to be 100. So there will be some days that I do deploy that same strategy.
Okay, so the past probably month I just sleep on top of the bed.
I need a little something, just a little cover.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy. We did forego the top sheet, though. Like, you would get the fitted sheet, and then that second one they give you?
Yes.
What for? Why? All that thing does
is just we have that. Robin will get right on in. And she always puts 1 foot out. That's her cooling mechanism.
The stanky leg? She got a stanky leg just hanging out?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll do the same thing, but I have a fan on me as well, and it's more of a white noise thing, and this fan is going 24/7, 365. It doesn't matter if it's 40 degrees out or if it's 100 out. It's just going. And my wife, bless her soul, she just lets it happen, I guess.
I sleep right on top of the bed. Most of the year, I won't put any sheets on because I start sweating like hell always. So
I think I run a little bit hot. Now, do you
It's even like the dogs like to sleep on the bed, but if they touch me, nope.
That's
I start.
tough.
It's like as soon as they touch me, even if they touch my feet, it's like I start sweating.
Oh yeah,
get off me.
Or when you have your foot under. Well, if you go under the covers and they lay around it, and you feel like you're pinned in on the feet, that's the worst thing for me.
Yep.
I'm like, this is like a torture move.
I'm trapped.
Yeah, get me out of here. Now you do.
So that's like my. I remember where my wife making fun of me. I said I have a foot pillow.
Yeah.
I will tuck my toes. If my toes get cold, I will tuck them under the pillow. That's what it's there for.
And that's actually because your top of your head and your hands and your feet is where your heat.
Yes. So if I get cold, I usually tuck my feet underneath the pillow without actually getting underneath the whole bed.
Smart.
Underneath the blanket.
That just sounds like a next level move to me.
I always get accused of fluffing out a pillow for a dog. I mean, the dog wants to share. I'm not going to put it off.
I mean, you're not someone that goes around kicking dogs for fun.
Yeah, I'm not Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, yeah. Why couldn't I think of that? Why couldn't I think of Cruella de Vil?
I just saw the Cruella the movie. I just saw Cruella the movie. So,
is it on the Plex? Or it's on the Disney Plus,
HBO Max or whatever. Whatever
okay.
it is too. Yeah.
How was it?
It wasn't bad. It was okay.
It seems a little dark. Like for kids?
Yeah, it's like
it was like the teen Cruella kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like she was evil for a reason because she was treated like shit. Kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Now it was funny because it was like talking some shit like it was Disney, and I was like, okay, I'll tell you right now, Disney, the mom's gonna die. How do you know? I was like, because I've seen Disney.
It's their
for years.
It's their playbook.
And I'm pretty sure they stick to the playbook.
Yeah. Did they come out with that song at the end of the song?
Yeah, I think it was at the end. Yeah, okay, they did
like a little tease in.
Yeah.
Pretty smart for that Emma Stone though. That's a franchise I wouldn't,
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I wasn't like, oh, boo. I wasn't booing.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Nice.
Thought it was okay.
To go back to the sleeping thing again. You got the pool. Do you ever go in, take a little night just to dive in, get cooled off, towel off the hair, and then
drop
just lay
the body temp?
Okay,
and come on in. Yep.
Oh, smart.
I've done that too.
It's a good idea,
especially when it's really like where it's just like unbearably hot. Where it's like every day is like 108, 108, 108. Then I dip in there. Usually the pools are like mid 80s at that point in time, but when it's at nighttime,
boiling.
Yeah, you just dip in, you get out, and like it's like when the sun's down, it's got to be completely down.
Yeah, nice.
It's not too bad.
And because when the house is, if you're trying not to get a $700 power bill for yourself, you're gonna have to make some concessions on the AC.
Yeah, we tried this thing where we're like close up the house in the morning and like close the blinds in the top. I
wish someone would just tell us what's the best strategy for cooling the house down.
Not PG&E either, because they'll.
No, I don't want to listen to what they say. I want to know.
Can't even manage their own business.
Okay, Cerny. So what's the strategies here? The first strategy is get your house as cold as possible in the morning and trap the cold air in.
Yes.
Okay, and then strategy that we do is like just keep the house how it is, and then when it starts to the top starts to boil over, then you kind of open and let the air flow through. If it's cooler outside than it is right when
we've done that too. Yeah, where it's like I walked out and I was like, it's way cooler out here. What the fuck? Yeah. Open it up.
The mosquitoes though.
But if it's like if it's gonna be hot, we try to get as cold as possible when it's cheap, basically, like in the wee hours, and then lock it in. And I didn't even think about this, but I think my mother-in-law said like we try to lock it in, and I was like, that's the dumbest.
Like
that's the dumbest.
Like,
and I was like,
all blacked out inside and everything, curtains drawn and everything.
Yeah, like they should just lock it in, close it up so the sun doesn't come in. Like beat in when it comes over that on the side of the house. We get the afternoon sun on the back side of the house, which has the most windows. And I was like, at first I was like, trying to poo-poo. I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Actually, let's give it a shot.
You just got yourself a no AC strategy, or. You could. What if you just try to keep it at, let's just say 78 or whatever, and you just try to keep it there the whole day, like you never let it, because maybe you're only cooling it a degree or two, or are you gonna is the house gonna heat up and outpace that?
We try to do this. We try to keep so we'll set it at. Robin does set it at 78. Okay. That's her.
That's
but she tries to open it or get cool and then like lock it in and then try to 78, and hopefully it doesn't hit that.
Okay.
But if it does, and it may hit it like 3 or 4 o'clock, it'll kick on a little bit. Well, we got that AC unit, the new AC unit now. So.
I saw it on the side. It's looking nice.
Pretty huge.
It's pretty. No, I was saying that a lot this weekend. Joe, how's it going? So we got the AC unit. And that thing, it's its first summer in use?
Second summer.
Okay. So that's 2019 purchase.
Yes. Because that was the year where it was like 108 and I had no AC. And I was like, 10 o'clock, I was like floating on the pool. Rob was like up in our room, like, you coming to bed? I was like, no.
Throw a pillow down here. I'm sleeping in the pool.
Fuck it. I'm trying to sleep on the fucking pool. It's too fucking hot.
Oh, and at the party too, Charlie had it going for a bathroom, and the downstairs one's being occupied, taking a while in there, rolling around in there, and so we went upstairs, and then she goes, "Oh, is that Jeffrey's room?" Like she's, anyone that's older than her, she's like,
"Oh, they're cool.
They're super cool, right?" And I said, "I think it is, yeah." She goes, "Can we look in it?" And the door was open, so I didn't feel, I didn't feel like we were snooping. I'm like, he does have some crazy fucking insects in here, though. And I went in there, and the chipmunks know this. I don't know if I can live in that house. Like, if you wanted me to sleep over, and you're like, "Oh, you could sleep in Jeffrey's room," I wouldn't do it. I would sleep. I would go on the couch, or I would just sleep outside. There was a lot of critters in there. And then when we go, Charlie's like, "Oh my God, a snake." And I was like, because I thought it got out for a second. And it's on the floor. It's like the lowest thing on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And that fucker he's as thick as a baseball bat.
The next day I got fed a nice small rat.
Oh my God. Oh.
It was, for me, the rats are the worst. The worst of it. Snakes, not so bad.
And it bit you once, right? Didn't you get bit?
It tagged me right in the hand. Yep.
What does
and it wasn't like
like?
It was just a mistaken identity because I was trying to get this rat out of the box, and the rat was like hanging on for dear life, and I was shaking it, and it was like hanging there, so it was trying to tag the rat, and I had pushed down to get it off the box, and right in the middle, mid-strike, got tagged in the hand. I was like, damn it.
Oh my gosh. And you know what looks like a little squeaky little mouth rat face? A white dude's finger. Because that little mousy nose and with the whiskers is the same color, and it's probably shaking. Oh man, he thought he had a 5-headed mouse that was coming down.
Did you see the tarantula?
We did see that, but that was one that I was like peering over, and she was like, I could feel her, scurrying around the back of my leg, like
walking it back a little bit, like, oh
yeah.
Shit.
She's like, I'm like, okay, I think the tarantula's in here because I don't want to, oh, is it supposed to be in here? Oh, I don't know. The cage is open. Like, I mean, and we saw the scorpion too.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
And there was a pink lizard, and we saw the bearded dragon as well. So I think
the salamander. She missed the salamander.
Yeah. And then there was another cage that was to the left of the scorpion, but it looked empty.
Oh, there's a frog in there. He's just in the back.
Yeah,
Big
I
green
was
frog.
I didn't want to like look around and then have it jump out at me. I didn't need that going on in my life.
I keep it locked up. Yeah, there's only a few times when like the boys have got me like Zach one time he's like, we need you. I was like, okay, like right now. And I was like, what? We need you like right now in Jeffrey's room. I was like, oh fuck. I already know what that is. I was like, I said, what got out? The bearded dragon. He's running all over the floor. I'm like,
oh
okay,
my
well,
God.
At least that's okay. The bearded dragon's fine because he's not that big of a deal.
What? How do you catch? Like, do you have a net?
No, I just walk over and pick him up. Bearded dragon's pretty mellow. Like he.
So why doesn't Jeffrey do it? He just. It's
because like they were like everyone's like screaming and like doing this,
and
so then the thing got
crazy.
scared and like opened its mouth, like
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and I said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And like, he's opening his mouth. I was like, "Are you screaming and like stomping around him?" He's like,
out. Yeah.
Well, he's scaring me. I was like, "Well, how does that appear to him? He's on.
Yeah.
Only
think about it through the
ankle high, and you're screaming and like trying to pick him up, but they're like going at him like a fucking bird.
God. He probably thinks he's being attacked.
Yeah, I said, just walk over. I said, hey, and the thing like kind of open his mouth, but if you just go from the back, he won't try to bite you. He just tries to look scary, and I picked him up, and then he was fine. I put him back in his cage. I was like, okay.
Okay. And what does that thing eat? Grasshoppers?
Like worms and stuff. Yeah, super worms and crickets and shit.
Dude, we came home from the party, and we were unloading the car. A fucking like 5-6 inch centipede in our driveway. Dude. It scared the fuck out of me, and I had to really muster some courage to step on this thing. It's not my proudest moment. It was so big, I was worried that if I went to squash it and I missed, it like would kick back and stab me or like bite me or something. So I really had to take it out. But
so here's my second entry for Father of the Year. Jeffrey was trying to catch black widows in the backyard and like can't keep them in a container.
Oh,
I was like, what are you doing? He's like, okay, so I'm catching these black widows. I was like, come again? He's like, I'm catching these black widows. They're not touching me. And I watched Coyote. They won't bite you. I said, let's not fuck with them because they could bite you, bro. He's like, well, they haven't come close to me. I pick them up with these sticks and I put them in this container. And I was like, okay. He's like,
do you have a collection in there already?
Oh, he had like 8. And I was like,
what
are we doing with this container? Well, can I bring it in my room? I was like, yeah, no, I don't want black widows in the house. He's like, okay, well, I'll keep them outside. I said, sure. Wish I knew he'd leave them in the sun. And they would fucking die.
Yeah. The most painful death that a spider.
Yeah,
could
I know.
do.
I was like, you
basically in a giant magnifying glass.
cruel ass motherfucker. They don't even like light. They have you to flip up a log to catch them. but I wasn't gonna.
Yeah. Lesson learned on that one.
I was like, what are you doing? You're catching black widows? He's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know. Let me know how it goes. Right. And Rob was like, what?
I mean, you know, it's not like you live in like where it takes 92 minutes to get to a hospital.
No, actually the hospital is right down the street. I mean, it's literally down the street. Like it's within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But you know, it was. I mean, I was watching. It wasn't like they were like freehandling. I mean, the stick was like a foot long, and he was like picking him up, and,
like the sparkler, like a third of the sparkler length. Did you partake in any more of those pyrotechnics, or that got shut down?
That was it. After you guys left, because it got shut down by the
fun police.
By the fun police.
Mm-hmm. Cerny, I heard you were smoking brisket,
pork shoulder.
Vegetarians trying to explain what Cerny was doing. Anyway, I heard the food was bussin'. I heard it was good.
I heard it was bussin' too.
Yeah, that's what all the kids were saying. And I had
there were some extra peeps that showed up, and some people had some extra helpings. So I couldn't tell you if it was bussin'. I had a little pinch, as I was pulling off. You got to take a pinch to make sure it's not like, horse shit. Like, right. If it was, you pull it off like, this is horrible. Just call it in. Like, okay, guys, plan B. We're going to order some pizza.
Has that happened?
No. I mean, usually I taste so I make a seasoning.
Yeah.
And I taste the seasoning. Like, okay, this would be, kind of, go through the whole.
What did you? What do you normally put on a pork shoulder?
So I did like brown sugar and salt and
peppercorns,
garlic powder, honey butter, pepper, a little bit of cayenne and stuff like that for a little bit of heat, not too much. Get some
crust on there.
Yeah. Okay. So like the brown sugar is kind of like, so when it when it gets hot, it kind of like
caramelize.
Okay. Like it caramelizes, that sticky, kind of gets like a little crust. Yeah.
Nice.
So I have a good idea, but it tastes good. But
well, it went quick, from what I saw.
Yeah, I know. I came back. I was like, oh wow, I was going to make myself a plate, but there's no more rolls, no more pork, no more chicken, no more. There was a couple meatballs. I had a couple meatballs,
couple rolls,
some chips. No, there's no rolls either.
Oh no! You should have told me, dude. I would have given you one of my very tasty Beyond meat.
I was like,
sausages.
Chipper has an extra Beyond burger. I'll eat the Beyond sausage, but I looked over. I was like, oh, they're eating them. I was like, I won't bother.
Cerny, you should have told me. I would have totally let you have my sausage. Oh, that's getting dirty. Cut up. Some Cerny sluts cutting that one up. Now, speaking of the pho meat, I went to Starbucks. Actually, it was on the way to your bar because I wanted, like when we go if I'm going to drive for 2 hours, I want a nice little something for myself. Get the kids a fucking cake pop just to keep them quiet, just to start out with 30 minutes of peace on the 2-hour drive. If we could just start out with like 15 minutes of my wife and I maybe just having one conversation, talk about one thing in the car.
Yep. Without like data.
When do we think we're gonna? I literally just barely pulled off our block. It's gonna be a while. Strap in, kid. Went by Starbucks and they had an Impossible breakfast sandwich.
Saw that the other day.
So one of my ways I operate is if someone's testing out something I agree with the movement. I agree with the Impossible Burger movement or whatever. I will buy it just to vote with my dollar, so to speak. Starbucks is a massive corporation. So if this starts catching on, that's a great thing, right? So I bought a sandwich. Now,
good for the earth.
It's good for the earth. And so, I had it and I'm looking at it and I think that if it was just on a plate and you just gave it to someone, I don't think there's any way that they would be able to tell.
No way.
It was I'm eating it and I'm like, it's a mind fuck. Cause I think I've been vegetarian for 10 years or something now. So I don't even really I can't really tell you what meat tastes like, really.
So you're beyond sausages. So how they taste?
I thought they were good. It tastes exactly like, and they had
so
a good
I put
char.
them on so I put them like separate on
I saw
cast
the
iron
nice
little skillet because I wanted to see like how they would like react on because like on a grill everything kind of drips off and kind of like you can toast them, but like on a like a flat flat iron kind of thing the juices will you can see it. So I wanted to see how it would react, and it reacted like a sausage. So like I could see it like almost like dripping, almost like fat. I was like, oh shit!
Right.
Like I flipped it over, and then I pulled it off and like kind of like browned it up. So it would get like crispy skin and stuff. But
it was great. Put some of that mustard on there that you got. Mustard was tasty. But I had an issue with it because I think it was the first one.
Oh, it's watery. And
no, I shook it up because I'm never getting got with the water thing again. But I'm squeezing it. I'm like, what's going on here? And then it shot a fucking monster load out. It gave me a Peter North.
That was, I did just buy that. So misinformation from Cern.
Saboteur.
Withholding.
It didn't matter because the mustard was so good. I said no problem. So I just made a really mustard heavy dog.
Horseradish mustard. Ooh.
Is that from the Beaver brand?
It was from Rayleigh's brand.
They don't mess around. They got some nice, like a Rayleigh Select or something like that, right?
Yeah, which actually, if you think about it, could be. I'd have to look at it, like the bottle and stuff like that. Could be the Beaver, this, like the Beaver will make their private label stuff for.
Oh yeah, totally. And I don't know if you heard, but I was in the pool. My wife was getting up, and she was walking right by Joe and Dana and you. And I said, hey, make sure you get some ketchup on that dog. Right, boys? And Dana just looked at me and was like, you fucking... Ignored. Because we had the big battle.
I told your wife, I said, Chipper tried to run that by Papa Cern. Got shot down. She's like, I know. I know. I know he would shoot it down.
But we need to hear from the Cern Sluts and the Chipmunks. What do you put on a hot dog or a veggie dog or whatever? This is the question.
Is onions and mustard. Yes.
What kind of onion?
Now you want to put some sauerkraut or something like that. I'm game. But if I'm like the perfect hot dog or sausage just or whatever for me,
raw white diced onions.
And then throw some Dijon mustard, some horseradish mustard right on top, and that's it. That's all I'm eating.
Now, I always did one side, just give me a squirt of ketchup. The other side, just give me a squirt of the yellow mustard. And I'll fuck around with relish. If the relish is there, I'll fuck around with it.
No, I don't love relish.
Well, it's because it's usually sweet for the dog.
I don't love this.
Yeah.
That's probably why my disdain for ketchup, too. It's like, ooh, it's kind of sweet.
Yeah, commercial ketchup is like, it feels like it's really sugary.
But it's
the grilled onions.
Mustard,
maybe.
Onions? Oh, that's it.
I'll have to try that, I guess. You know what you need for yourself out there on that thing, Cerny, is you need to be making some grilled onions. Just like from 4-hour grilled onions, low and slow. Just cut up like a dozen onions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it'd be good. Be bussing for sure. For sure. Well, I mean, I haven't been fielding too many questions, but I already know what's coming. Dad, can we go to Cerny's this weekend again?
Pool's open.
Okay, the pool's open. You heard it here first. And we need to hear from you. What do you take on the hot dog? Where are you going to send that information to, Cerny?
At chipandcernshow@gmail.com or Facebook, Instagram, anything Chip and Cern Show, Twitter.
It'll be there.
Let us know about the hot dogs. If you want to hang out at the pool, let me know. It's open.
It's open. Just shoot us, get a DM over. I mean,
no, we'll have to pass by the wife.
Or not. T-Bone will invite you.
Yeah. Last minute on his way over.
Just like a Hail Mary. But not a Hail Mary.
By the way, I guess people come over here. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool. It's not like, Yeah. Anyway,
I did a head count, so I was trying to do math on the food, but it's okay.
Yeah. So we weren't trying to plan anything based on who responded. There was no plans whatsoever. People weren't bringing, beers or whatever. It's fine.
That's okay.
Don't worry about
That's okay. We'll just keep going on. Time marches on.
It would have been.
But yeah, Chip and Cern show. Let us know.
Yeah. Send it our way. And it would have been great if your wife would have went up with a straight face and just asked him for the payment for the party, for his. Okay, I have an itemized list receipt.
She was talking about it. I was surprised she didn't do it. I was told, print something out. Hand it all the way out. Party guest.
Oh, like
boom,
a menu.
Boom, boom.
And you just be like, okay, hot dog times 2. That's $8. Just put your QR code. Just put your Venmo snack. Scan it.
Although it'd feel really bad if I actually got a Venmo. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh. I'm sending it back.
Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, they're like never come.
Far.
You just never hear from them again. Like, oh, I guess. Whoops. Oh well. Well, Cerny again, a great success, and I can't wait to be back.
Oh yeah, summer's just starting and it's open. I'm sure Charlie will be swimming multiple times.
It will be.
We'll have a new pizza oven over here, so we'll be testing that out.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get on that pizza stone. I'm gonna have to make something. Gonna have to figure
Josh
it out.
Weissman pitas.
Yes, we need him to do. I saw he did a Pizza Hut, but better.
He did. The Euros, right? Like spelled gyros.
Oh yes.
Euros. He does a pita bread and stuff. I'm thinking about doing that.
Ooh, can't beat that. Sounds delightful. Well, I'm gonna, even though we're vaxxed up, Cerny, we're still washing our hands and our dicks and our balls and all sorts of stuff like that
every day.
Every day, sometimes twice a day. But still wearing the mask when appropriate, when legally required. I got no problems with it.
No, I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, so I'll put it on.
Yeah. Who cares? It's not no skin off my teeth. In fact, It's a great tan line to get. And it's a warmer in the wintertime. So
yep.
Anywho, till next time. I'm Chip.
Sir.
Cheers.